Hi, I'm Jason, and at age 44, I was diagnosed with bladder cancer. I didn't have any risk factors or anything at all that would have led to even the thought that that could happen to me.
My name's Ian Vella. I'm a urologic oncologist at the Princess Alexandra Hospital and also a clinician scientist at the Translational Research Institute. With my collaborator Elizabeth Williams, we have established what's called the Queensland Bladder Cancer Initiative, which is really an initiative to raise awareness about bladder cancer and also perform research into bladder cancer for our patients. And that's multifaceted. It's quite a large and inclusive program.
You know, if best practice, chemo and surgery alone had been my answer, great, but it wasn't, so clearly more research would make a difference here, because if it wasn't for having another option, I don't know, what would be happening with me right now.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Williams and I'm a cancer researcher at the Translational Research Institute. I specifically focus on bladder cancer, which is one of these cancers that doesn't get talked about a lot but has a pressing need for things to improve. So bladder cancer historically has been a neglected cancer, and in fact in Victoria they've coined the term a forgotten cancer. So it's reasonably common in the community, and most people will actually know someone who might have had a bladder cancer, but it doesn't get talked about. It's really under the radar. So because it has no profile, it doesn't get significance attached to it when we apply for funding. And so while I've been able to do small research projects in bladder cancer over the last 20 years, we haven't really been able to move that forward fast enough to have the clinical impacts we would like.
I'm Damien Top. I'm the CEO of the PA Research Foundation. My role is to help facilitate raising funds and support to make research happen here on the PA campus. This is a really unique facility. This is the only place in the Southern Hemisphere where a very busy tertiary hospital, one of the busiest cancer treatment centres in the country, is co-located with a state-of-the-art wet lab, medical research lab, a biopharmaceutical processing facility that can make vaccines, make serums, and then a clinical research facility that can provide testing, can provide a safe place for patients to come back to prove the efficacy and safety of what's been developed, and then roll it back into the patients in the hospital. It's something that's only come about since the Gardasil vaccine's discovery. It's something that was driven by the things that Professor Ian Fraser faced that were barriers to getting his vaccine out there, and we believe this can expedite getting a real solution back from the patients into the medical research lab and then back into the hospital again.
To our knowledge, we are the only group that's doing translational and basic research in bladder cancer in Australia. There may be other small groups, but this is a very much under-researched area of cancer. And it entirely comes back to the fact that there are no resources provided for research from a funding mechanism. So without the PA Research Foundation support, we would be just yet another group struggling to try and get some funds to get some bladder cancer research going in this country. So it's been critical for us to get off the ground with that, and that's why there is a paucity of research being performed in our country.
Research into bladder cancer, to me, is so important, because if someone young, healthy, didn't have risk factors, I didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do anything, no family history, and it can get me, it's something that we need to know more about.
At the PA hospital, we give bladder cancer people the very best of care. We have world leaders that are used to treating people with bladder cancer, and they really do a wonderful job. But we know there's opportunities to do better, and we're part of people all around the world who are trying to improve things for people with bladder cancer.
It's so important that we support projects like Dr. Vella's. They're working directly with patients like Jason to make a real difference. And the more you give, the more we support these great projects, the more patients can have a better outcome.
Philanthropy is critical for our research, and a message to the donors would be we really are very grateful for the money that you provide, and that money is really going into grassroots research. I think that's going to be very exciting.
So being diagnosed with cancer, the future becomes uncertain. Immediately, you don't know. There was a time when I'd had that scan that showed things had gotten worse. I didn't know if that would be the last Father's Day I'd get with my children. The idea of research that can make a difference, can lessen that impact or help give more hope and help actually give real results for people, of course that's important. There's no question in my mind. If someone can be in a position to support that, I would be grateful. So many others would be grateful. And who knows, in the future, how it can touch people, like the impact it has on myself and my family. If you can help someone to not have to deal with that or to have a better outlook, thank you. That's awesome.
Giving to the PA Research Foundation is a way that you can make a difference to people who are being treated now and into the future.